Approximately 13 million people in the U.S. suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. That's why we are having a conversation today, because when you reach out for help and take that step to receive treatment, it can greatly alleviate symptoms. Dr. Charlotta Dennis with Priority Health is joining us during PTSD Awareness Month. Good afternoon, Dr. Dennis.
Hi, good afternoon.
So first off, just start us off by defining PTSD.
PTSD is a mental health condition that people can develop after experiencing or witnessing a traumatic event. And not all traumatic events qualify as a event that people can develop PTSD from, but things such as murder, physical violence, things like witnessing or being part of acts of war, or even things like seeing fires, those types of things. So trauma can develop, but not everyone who experienced traumatic events will develop post-traumatic stress disorder.
And what are the symptoms for PTSD, Dr. Dennis?
There can be multiple symptoms. They can include things like arousal symptoms. So people who get kind of jumpy when they are remembering things that happen or when they hear loud noises. Also, there can be avoidance type symptoms. So people tend to try to stay away from places or things that remind them of a traumatic experience. Sometimes people can have sleep issues, they can have irritability, and there can be some cognitive issues like difficulty remembering things, or even difficulty remembering parts or elements of the traumatic experience.
And when would you notice symptoms after a traumatic event? Right away? Sometimes it could be months or years.
Yes, symptoms can develop from weeks to months after the traumatic experience. The issue comes into play when these symptoms progress and they last longer than a month. So if you have symptoms that you've developed from an experience and you're reliving things, you're having nightmares, then it's time to seek some assistance.
Can PTSD be difficult to diagnose?
Absolutely, it can, because there are oftentimes a lot of symptoms that can overlap. So sometimes symptoms of PTSD can look like other mental health disorders like anxiety or depression. So you definitely want to make sure that you're meeting with a mental health professional that can accurately diagnose the condition.
Walk us through the treatment options that are available, Dr. Dennis.
Yes, there are multiple treatment options available depending upon the severity of symptoms. Some people, if they have mild symptoms, can use things like psychotherapy or talk therapy for the illness. Sometimes people may need to progress to things like medication along with psychotherapy. Sometimes people may need to adjust their schedules, adjust the way they eat, adjust their sleeping pattern to have an overall treatment program. But it can range from medications, psychotherapy, and sometimes if the symptoms are too severe, some people may need inpatient psychiatric placement depending upon how severe the symptoms are.
How can family, friends support someone who has PTSD?
You can support a loved one by being there for them, being an ear for them, and being compassionate, and allowing them to tell you what's bothering them, and allowing them to express themselves the way they feel is necessary for them, and kind of meet them where they are. Let them know that you're there to help and that you want to see them heal from whatever this traumatic experience was.
And Dr. Dennis, last thing here, what's the best way to help yourself after a traumatic event?
The best way to help yourself is to understand who you are and understand what symptoms are impacting you. So if things are affecting your work schedule, they're affecting your school, they're affecting your relationships, that's when you know it's time for you to seek out medical professionals for assistance.
Dr. Dennis with Priority Health, thank you for your time.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Sarah.